Cal State Fullerton has added a new building to campus. See how this has affected residents.
And 4 years after Hurricane Maria, Puerto Rico is experiencing yet another deadly storm.
And are you tired of the same coffee? Stay tuned to learn more about a viral coffee shop that you're not going to want to miss.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the police.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts
I feel
over the years.
blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Hello, and thank you for joining us here at OC News. I'm Andrea Casillas.
And I'm Alex Granados. OC News is brought to you by the journalism students here at Cal State Fullerton.
There has been a large demand for more student housing at CSUF. Recently, they added a new dorm, but the addition has also brought some issues. I spoke with some students and employees on how they adapted to the new change. CSUF has added a new dormitory building that holds over 600 students. Other than the new building that was added to the housing community, the dining hall, the gastronome, went under new management this year and changed food service partners. Although the new building and food service partners bring a lot of new resources to the students, there have been some problems. With the housing expansion at CSUF, the new management has seen problems arise, such as long lines and sanitary issues at the gastronome and the late-night cafe.
Just something I've realized that kind of conflicts my school schedule is the fact that there's long lines. I try to come before class, and the line's just too long, or I'm running late to class now, or sometimes I just don't even wait in the line. I kind of just leave and hope for the best when I come back later.
One of the ways they are trying to solve the long lines and sanitary issues is by only allowing 2 people to enter at a time to check into the dining hall. This helps with keeping people from crowding inside and as well as keeping the flies out. The 2 students who are inside give their ID cards to be checked in, and then they are allowed to go in and dine. Once those 2 students have checked in, 2 students from the outside are allowed in. Since the school year has only just begun, the management is figuring out how to maneuver things at CSUF.
It's like a community of 2,200 people they're serving, in the dining hall. So it's just sometimes a little bit hard just to instantly change their procedures. So I think, but them cooperating with us, I think it's made us feel better and really feels that our voices are being heard.
Although there have been some issues with housing and the dining hall, residents are still satisfied with the way most things are running. I'm Andrea Casillas, reporting for OC News. Drivers will start receiving gas rebate checks in their bank accounts as soon as early as October. Although prices have driven down nationwide, Californians still pay the highest gas price. Our reporter Rebecca Loyola brings us more on who is eligible for this money.
Americans are beginning to see gas prices dropping nationwide. However, Californians continue to face pressure at the pump. In July, Gavin Newsom and state lawmakers reached a $9.5 million deal that would provide one-time payments for residents of the state.
Well, there are basically 2 conditions. One is that they have to be residents of California. They need to file their taxes, and there is a limit to the income that they can have individually or as a family. It also depends on dependents.
According to AAA, the average gas price is $5.44 per gallon. The average Californian can spend
$77 right there. Yeah, that'll definitely make it nicer because I like to watch the prices just to make sure, and it helps. Any more money helps a lot.
The gas tax rebate comes at a time when food prices continue to rise, putting Californians under a financial tightrope.
Accelerate the replacement of fuel cars by electric cars.
I mean, I used to pay maybe close to $500 until I changed my car to a hybrid. So now I maybe put in maybe $120 a month.
In August, the governor signed an executive order that would ban the sale of new fuel-powered vehicles. Experts say this is the long-term solution to our energy crisis. From the city of Fullerton, for OC News, Rebecca Loyola.
Another hurricane has hit Puerto Rico and has caused similar destruction to the hurricane that happened 4 years ago to date. Hurricane Fiona has made it to Puerto Rico and has caused deadly destruction in the past week. It has killed 1 person and has made millions of people evacuate their homes. With the amount of flooding that the hurricane did, it resulted in people getting stuck on top of their cars and inside their homes. Hurricane Fiona came as a surprise to a lot of Puerto Ricans, and many say they were not prepared for the amount of damage that they have experienced. President Biden has promised to send over more rescue workers to help out the people that are trapped in their homes and to assist those in need.
We'll have local weather coming up later in the show. After the break, a Californian woman who faked her own kidnapping in 2016 is back in the news.
Plus, a large earthquake rattles Mexico, creating a tsunami warning. Those stories and more in 1 minute.
I have a question about...
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger, the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
They've been remembering the Queen for the past 10 days. Today in England, the final day has approached, as the citizens of the United Kingdom pay their respect and honor to the longest reigning Queen at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle.
A somber day for the United Kingdom as the world says goodbye to a queen whose reign spanned more than 7 decades, the longest reigning monarch in British history.
The grief of this day, felt not only by the late Queen's family, but all round the nation, the Commonwealth and the world, arises from her abundant life and loving service, now gone from us.
Westminster Abbey's tenor bell chiming once a minute for 96 minutes, marking each year of Queen Elizabeth II's life. Roughly 2,000 people attended, including world leaders like President Joe Biden, First Lady Jill Biden, and members of the royal family. Following the service, thousands of people lined the streets of London as the Queen's coffin passed Buckingham Palace for the final time.
We adore her, and that's why we are here, because we are part of the Commonwealth.
The crowds cheering as her coffin left London. The Queen laid to rest in Windsor Castle, near her husband of 73 years, Prince Philip. In London, I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
After a 6-year-long case, the California woman that faked her kidnapping has finally been sentenced. Sherry Papini, the Northern California woman who faked her own kidnapping and proceeded to falsely accuse 2 Hispanic women of abducting and torturing her, has finally gotten sentenced to 18 months in prison. Papini's hoax of a story was exposed because of the advances in DNA technology. The break in the case happened in 2020 when it was discovered that the DNA found on Panini's clothing was that of Papini's former boyfriend, who confessed to helping her fake her kidnapping. After her sentence, Papini has publicly apologized to those involved.
Hispanic Heritage Month is in full swing. To honor the Hispanic community, our reporter Jessica Lopez took a trip to Santa Ana, where she discovered a coffee shop unlike any other.
Hi everyone, my name is Cordova and I'm the founder of Café Cordova.
Café Cordova is a coffee shop unlike any other. Bringing flavors you wouldn't see anywhere else, it's no surprise how popular they have gotten. For the Hispanic community in Santa Ana, this coffee shop reminds them of home.
People coming in and, speaking good about our coffee, saying that it reminds them of their abuelita, or, these are drinks that they wish that they had at every coffee shop.
But there's more to just coffee behind the small business. Café Cordova is proof of how persevering first-generation students are for their dreams.
Currently, I'm going to school and I have a job, so this is another one that I have. What has helped me the most is the power of the community.
One thing about the Latino community is that we will show up for each other. And for people like Clarissa, their hard work doesn't ever go unnoticed.
She was first generation and women-owned small business. So I thought it was really important to support just, people like that within our community. And now hearing her story about how it's helping her go through college, it makes it just so much heartwarming to hear her story and know that the reason she started this was to better her future and, like she said, help her siblings.
Being the eldest sister, Clarissa is making sure she helps the younger generation succeed.
A lot of what I think about is paving the way for my brother and my sister, which are very involved in the business. And I'm so proud of them. Stickers that are over there, that's my sister's hustle. Like, she cuts them and she makes sticker packs for people so that way they can enjoy the stickers. And the eldest daughter in a Latino family, like, we get a lot of things thrown at us, and I'm very thankful for them.
Her care doesn't go unnoticed, as her little sister already says she's learned so much.
It's inspired me to be a better person and to help people out when they need it the most. Having her support throughout this year, and we love her so much.
We can all learn a little something from the Cordova family.
So next time you're looking for your daily dose of coffee, make sure to support local businesses here in Santa Ana. I'm Jessica Lopez for OC News.
We have reports that an earthquake has just struck the region of Michoacán State, near the coastline of Mexico. With a high magnitude, thousands were forced to evacuate their offices, homes, and other places of gathering. With a magnitude of 7.6, the earthquake caused buildings throughout the Pacific coast to shake very strongly, and even prompted tsunami warnings throughout the country, as well as other South and Central American countries. While there was no major damage reported, various structures in Mexico City were forced to close due to concerns of collapsing. One individual was killed at a shopping center in Manzanillo in the western state of Colima after a fence fell on him. This earthquake also occurred after a commemoration of the 1985 and 2017 quakes that injured and killed many. It looks like we still have some sunny days ahead before welcoming fall. Jessica Lopez is here to give us more on the weather and more updates on Hurricane Fiona.
New records were set in some cities of Orange County these past few weeks with the heat wave that soared over all of Southern California. I know we're all ready to welcome fall in and say goodbye to the summer heat. Let's take a look at where the weather is bringing us today. Today we should be expecting a high of 81 degrees with a low of 65 degrees and winds going at 10 miles per hour. We have a humidity rate of 45%, so it's definitely making the day seem a lot hotter than it really is. This week is expected to be a lot hotter than last, on Tuesday starting with an 84-degree high and a 64-degree low. On Wednesday we have 80-degree high and a 60-degree low. Thursday and Friday just continuously keep getting hotter with an 86-degree high and a 64-degree low. On Friday we should be expecting an 89-degree high and a 67-degree low. And on Saturday we will have the hottest day with a 90-degree high and a 66-degree low. And while California's weather has drastically improved, Puerto Rico is currently fighting yet again another tropical storm. On Sunday, the Hurricane Fiona landed in Puerto Rico, which caused a island-wide blackout and has issued over 1,000 rescues. This has happened 5 years after Hurricane Maria, but Hurricane Fiona is expected to be a lot worse. We'll have more updates for you as they come.
Many students go to the library, but there seems to be a lack of outlets. Our reporter Jacqueline Cedillo investigates.
Here at Cal State Fullerton, the Pollack Library is a great place for students to go to, but lately students have been struggling to find a place for this. Today, we asked students what they think.
Honestly, that's like
when I walk around the library, like the first thing I look for is trying to find the outlets, and if I can't find them, I'll probably just like leave and like go to a different place on campus, like the building where I have like my classes out of, if I can't find them here. But yeah, that's like one of the biggest things that I try to look for when I'm finding a spot to study in the library.
I have classes now in the afternoon, so my classes start at 1, and if I come here anytime after like 11, I can't find an outlet. Or sometimes I try to do something else that's not on my computer, so I'll try to like read or look at my notes, but it's really frustrating.
It's usually like trying to find like a seat with like that has like an available power outlet there, but like sometimes like finding a seat doesn't necessarily mean finding an outlet next to it. Sometimes you have to poach a seat whenever it becomes available, like just to see if it has like an outlet there or not.
I don't know, maybe we gotta put more in like on the tables. Like I know there's like things where you can like have the outlets like pop up from the table, something like that, just to make it more accessible. Like, yeah, 'cause it's hard, it's a struggle, so yeah.
Reporting for OC News, this is Jacqueline Cedillo from Fullerton.
Still to come, details on Cal State Fullerton's women's soccer team on their battle against the USF.
And how one Minneapolis neighborhood is honoring the memory of pets.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
This weekend was jam-packed with sports for our Titans. Coming up after the break, we have Oscar Rodriguez to catch us up.
Saturday night was a special day for our women's soccer team. We had our sports reporter Enrique Medina to cover the special night.
Senior night for Cal State Fullerton's women's soccer team as they battled the University of San Francisco Dons. Looking to capture a fourth win before the start of conference play, the Titans fell off course right off the gate as Dons forward Marissa Vasquez netted home a goal in the very first minute of the match, giving San Francisco a 1-0 lead. The rest of the first half saw the Titans' defense truly be put to the test as the Dons outshot the Titans 18-3. Despite that wide margin, the defense kept through, despite the Dons truly missing out on some great opportunities for extending the lead. The intensity was no doubt clear in this one right away, right from the get-go, as both teams gave each other no space as the first half expired. 1-0 at half in this one. As the second half commenced, on senior night, it was fourth-year player Amelia Owen who brought the Titans back, netting a goal off of a Samantha McKenna chest pass, tying the match at 1 goal apiece. For Owen, it was her third goal of the season and her first since a late August matchup against UCI. The story for the Titans in this one, however, was the spectacular performance from goalkeeper Mia Ransom. Ransom had a sparkling total of 10 saves. Yes, 10 saves, keeping the match tied at 1 until a foul in the box brought San Francisco an opportunity to take the lead in the 85th minute. Despite the heroics up to this point on senior night from Mia Ransom, she couldn't stop a Jamison Ward penalty from the spot as the Dons took the lead and never looked back, winning this one with a final score of 2-1. The loss brings the Titans to a now record of 3 wins, 3 ties, and 3 losses. Despite tying the game early in the second half, the Titans weren't truly able to generate offense in this one as they only had 9 shots throughout the match. Here's what Coach Damian Brown had to say about that after the game.
I feel like we're not doing enough to create opportunities, and with the opportunities that we have, we're not doing enough with those. And so we're still, at this point, 9 games into the season, not necessarily set on the starting lineup, and that'll give us something to work on through the course of this week.
Despite the 2-1 loss, the Titans start conference play this Thursday, September 22nd against Cal State Northridge, where they look forward to start the season with a bang. That's it on my behalf. I'm Enrique Medina, reporting for OC News.
Thank you, Enrique, for the special report. Staying with Fullerton sports, we had women's volleyball facing Grand Canyon University. Schuster sets to the outside hitter Julia Crawford, where she is blocked by the Antelope defense. But Schuster makes a fake set pass to Grand Canyon, scoring the last point of the set. The Titans went on to win the game 3-2. Fullerton face off Cal State Bakersfield this Friday for the first game of conference. Fullerton men's soccer went on to the road to face LMU. In the 79th minute, El Capitan Sebastian Cruz scores a goal from outside the box to tie the game. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the Titans as the Lions went on to win the game 2-1. Fullerton stays on the road as they face Incarnate Word Wednesday. Now let's head back to Andrea and Alec to talk about what is going on in downtown Fullerton.
This thrift store in downtown Fullerton helps out the community in many ways. Here's Emma Suarez with more on the story.
Mustard Market is a non-profit-based thrift store located in downtown Fullerton. They offer anything from clothing, furniture, jewelry, shoes, and home decor. Mustard Market opened back in 2017 with the intent to help out their community. The idea behind Mustard Market was that people could donate and shop locally. Mustard Market partners with nonprofit organizations and local churches to help out their community. Owner of Mustard Market, Donnie Ann Jamison, shares how they help out those in need.
We have several nonprofits that we work with. One, actually two specifically, work with people who have graduated from homeless shelters where they've gone through a program and then they are now going to be participating in independent living. So an apartment or maybe a group home, and they need items for that independent living. So sometimes it's clothing, sometimes it's furniture that we'll donate. We usually get requests monthly, and then we just do our best to fulfill those needs.
Mustard Market donates their time, money, and merchandise to their partners in order to make a difference in people's lives. Mustard Market is 100% donation-based. The surrounding community donates to the store. The items are then sorted and priced accordingly. Mustard Market acts as the warehouse for their partners. All donations are kept in store since the local churches and other nonprofits do not have the capacity to store it all. I'm Emma Suarez reporting with Cal State Fullerton, and here I am with Donnie Ann, owner of Mustard Market. I went through my closet and I found some items that I don't wear anymore, and I thought I would come over and donate them today.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it greatly.
Items that may have any stains or rips on it, we've got a couple people that we donate to that they do an even deeper recycle on it, where they'll stain or OxyClean it, and it's a gift to them and their small business.
When there is a surplus of donations, Mustard Market holds sales. They put certain items on discounts, they give out certain items for free, and sometimes they even have a fill-a-bag sale. This sale allows you to fit as many items in a bag and purchase everything for $10. The local churches that Mustard Market partners with give out shopping vouchers to families. These vouchers allow these families to shop the store on a budget. I'm Emma Suarez with Cal State Fullerton, reporting for OC News.
We have some interesting news and entertainment today. From chaos to a heartwarming story, Emma Suarez is here to tell us more about what is happening in entertainment.
In entertainment news today, we will cover Post Malone's concert incident, a thrilling new series Star Wars fans will be excited about, and a heartwarming story involving Bad Bunny. Musician Post Malone is recovering after falling and bruising his ribs during a concert. The incident happened about an hour into his show in St. Louis, Missouri on Saturday. He fell through an opening on the stage and took a hard hit to the ribs. Malone was down for about 10 minutes, but he got up and finished the performance. He was taken to a nearby hospital after the concert for x-rays, which showed that his ribs were not broken. A new streaming series takes Star Wars fans into the earliest days of the rebellion. Andor is a prequel to Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Genevieve O'Reilly reprises her role as Mon Mothma, a character she has portrayed on film in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and the animated Star Wars Rebels.
I feel incredibly fortunate to have been afforded the opportunity to step into the shoes of this woman at different times in my life, which are reflective of the different times in her life.
Andor will only stream on Disney Plus starting September 21st. Puerto Rican singer Bad Bunny visits one of the survivors of the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. The global superstar invited 10-year-old Maya Zamora and her family to his concert. Maya was in the hospital for 66 days and had to go through more than 20 surgeries for gunshot wounds to her hands, arms, chest, and back. But when she finally got out, she was scared to go home because she found out that the man who shot and killed 19 of her fellow classmates lived just blocks away. Bad Bunny was one of the many people who donated money to the Korea Family Foundation, which is buying Maya and her family a new home.
That is all for entertainment news today. Check in next week for more.
Now, do want to take your dog to a library where they are able to check out items. A Minneapolis man has created a small free dog library where people can give and take items for pets. Reporter Kristen Mitchell from WCCO has a story.
When we walked by, he found a bowl of water and pretty much demolished the entire thing.
On Wilson Street in northeast Minneapolis.
Hey, oh, hello.
Dogs like Murphy are sniffing out something special made just for them.
Pick up toys, to pick up leashes, to pick up poop bags, because everyone should pick up their poop, please.
It's a dog library where people can share old items or take what they need.
My neighbors had come over with a little bouquet after I'd lost Charlie just 2.5 weeks ago. And we started talking about getting things out that we could share with other neighbor dogs.
That's when the idea was unleashed.
Really cute dog wallpaper on the tile floor.
And Will Mound got to work fast.
About 3 days.
Really?
Just putzing around in the garage.
Besides the dog library, Will Mound is also known for his creative projects around the neighborhood. He's also made a little free library. And you'll find these little wooden fairy doors speckled all over the area.
It was one of the first rounds of layoffs in the beginning of the pandemic, and it was hard to find work at that time, so I needed something to do, and it was kind of my outlet.
It's not just a love of dogs uniting these neighbors. It's the shared loss of losing a dog over the past year.
We lost our dog Harold a little over a year ago.
Dan and Emily lost Hank.
Yeah, it's been nice because, we all experienced it all at the same time, so we were kind of able to support each other a little bit that way.
And Lisa lost Charlie. Their names are now displayed on the library.
It was very personal and very sweet for me to see Charlie's name up there.
There's just so much out there right now that's negative, so it's kind of nice to feel something new.
Touching the hearts and the new snouts on Wilson Street.
Everybody's getting new dogs now, so.
I'm Alex Granados.
And I'm Andrea Casillas, and this is OC News. Make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms for the latest.